Okay, what are you doing? What are you, I don't. Okay, so I've made an infinite sheep looping machine. It's pretty genius. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't been here for a while because I've been really busy. It's been about 2 months. I don't know. It's been ages. And I thought I'd just record a few videos today and sort of slowly trickle them out because I've just been playing Besiege a little bit and I've made some really cool things. So here we go. This should be good. I've decided to sort of showcase what I think are the three main types of walker. There's the ones that use pistons. There's what I call lifting walkers. You'll see what I mean. And then there's the bipedal walkers. So we're going to start out with piston walkers. They are actually the simplest to build. This is just an example of one. I'll show you off all of my designs that I've made, and then I will show you how to make it as well. So if I just press space here to play it, this involves just alternating pistons. So let's say if this side is bound to H key, this side is bound to H key, this is J, this is J. So let's just show off. So there's a few walking modes. And if you extend them both, that's what it looks like. So there's the sort of slow jogging mode, and then my favorite, because this design's called the dog, it's the prance, where you just sort of prance along, and it looks really nice. So yeah, if you want to see the quick walk, it's not really quick because this design isn't great, because it's quite light, but the prancing mode's a bit quicker, and there's also like a little leapfrog mode, and as you can see, the soldiers are going to come get me. So I made some adjustments to this design to make a few different types. The Pillbug is just a really armored version of the dog, but if anything, it works better. It doesn't work as well for the prancing, but it works really well just for walking. As you can see, it's actually quite quick. Now, these don't have any steering mechanisms on them because they're not big enough to implement them properly. I probably could, but I didn't. So this one walks a lot quicker, but there are some issues with armor jams and stuff like that. And then this one also has a bit of a leapfrog, but it's not as good. So this one's better at sort of walking. And then I made a massive version. This was actually the second one I made. I made the Pillbug later. This is called the Ram because I thought these sort of looked like ram's horns. And it has spikes on the front, two flamethrowers, and an adjustable artillery system, as you can see. But it does cause my camera to zoom in and out. So let's try it. This one, the steering system works like this, but this one has a lot higher tendency to sort of break. I don't know how else to say it. But it's a lot quicker. As you can see, it sort of looks like a baby crawling, and it's just a lot quicker. Let's restart this and properly show that off. So yeah, it's a lot quicker. And if I fire the cannons fired, flamethrowers come out the front. So this is quite a cool little crawling creation I can make. I'm probably not going to show you how to make this big one because it's very unstable. I wouldn't actually recommend making it. I'll show you how to make the dog. Now, if you want to make one of these, I'll just show you how to do it. You start out with a single block. This is just how you make the dog. Then you get the double wooden block. Place one on each side, and then you place a small wooden block approximately there on each side. Now in your mechanical tab, you're going to find the piston and put one attached to the back of each of these little wooden blocks, and then one attached. Oh, I hate that. Sometimes the only thing I don't like about this game is the camera. And then one below, and that is actually identical to the dog. And then you need to click on the key mapper tab here. If you need to slow this down, by all means pause it because I'm going quite quick here. And we'll leave this as our H side, and we'll leave the piston speed at 1. I don't remember what I had on the other one. And this will be H as well, but this one will be J. This one will be J as well. This one will be J. And this one will be J as well. I don't remember if I slowed down the pistons on the original dog, so we'll see. Maybe not. Yeah, this looks right. So yeah, this is it. So there's the prance mode, which is just fun, and then there's the walking mode. Yeah, I think this is sped up pistons slightly because that's why it walks quicker. Okay, so that should be the first the first walker. The only flaws I have with it are it's sometimes unstable in the larger models. The dog is actually really stable, but the ram is very unstable. And the more things you put on it, the higher likelihood it is that it's just going to fall straight apart. Now onto the second type of walker. It's called it's a lifting type walker. You can't really make them very large, and they're more complicated than the piston walker, but less complicated than the bipedal walker. So this is how it works. It only really has a forward and backwards at this point, but as you can see, it uses the wheels and then it just lifts itself forwards. So it's relatively sturdy. It's sturdier than the larger piston walkers, but it does have a tendency for the sort of weak the weak rotor, not rotor. I can't think of what it is right now, but the rotating joints. That's a very weak point, and they have a tendency to snap. Because I originally had the design where the blocks extended out an extra bit, but that was just even worse. But it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's quite good. It's good fun. It just looks good, if you know what I mean. And then it has a backwards mode. It's not as good in backwards mode because you have to put ballast on these to get it to walk forwards. So it's not as good at walking backwards because it just drags terribly. But it's a lot better at walking forwards. Okay, now how to build one of these. Start out with a single block. Put a large wheel on each side. You're going to want to have them facing the same direction. So they're both going the same direction, so that's fine. And where is this block? I want to remember what it's called. Swivel Joint, that's it. And place it at the top of each wheel there. And now when that rotates, the heaviest thing will just stay at the bottom because this joint will swivel around. I haven't explained that very well. And so then get a large wooden block on the bottom of each one, and then just a single. I don't remember actually. This is terrible. I don't remember how I made it. That's a double, and then it's another double coming out of there, and then single blocks coming out of each bit there. As you can see, that is the base design, I think. I don't remember, I haven't done it for a while. Flight, then go into the flight tab, select ballast, place one at the front instead of, oh, no, I've done that wrong. It needs to be a single block at the front, so you don't lose both blocks, small one. And then ballast. And then ballast as the backs of each of them, so I've done that wrong again. I really should have practiced this. And there we go, that should be the basic structure. Now to make it sturdier, you need to use a lot of braces. And when I say a lot, I mean like as many as you can, essentially. I'll need to check up on this design to see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll have just done one or two small things wrong. Because I spent ages actually making this yesterday. I made all these. Actually, I made all these walkers yesterday. That you see in this video. So some of them I made from scratch, some of them I made from ideas I'd seen in other videos. Yeah, but it just there's no limit to how many braces you should use on this. It's just as many as you feel is necessary. So I'll just put one there as well. And then the armor actually helps keep it together better. So I would actually recommend using armor on this. And okay, once you've done that, select the braces one last time. And actually, you might have to remove the armor here because I've forgotten to do this. This is actually the most important bit, and I've forgotten to do it. Connect these up because that make sure, there we go, that the arms stay perfectly in sync with one another. Because if they don't stay in sync, then it's just a bit of a disaster. And then edit these wheels, make the speed about 0.5. Otherwise, it just risks shaking itself apart. If I could say the most important part, probably even more important than the armor, is these bracers here. Because if you don't have them, the entire thing will sort of just go to shambles. Now let's test. Let's try that. There we go. Ah, he's done it. So all the armor does is it protects the arms from actually being destroyed. although it does add a lot of weight. And the one thing I've forgotten to do is adjust the ballast to the mass of 2 on every single one. So yeah, I probably haven't explained that very well. Adjust the mass to ballast of 2, and then it should walk. Yeah, and then the armor protects it from breaking, although it already broke. The one thing I have noticed is it's terrible at hill climbing. It cannot climb hills. So yeah, on this model I haven't armored it up as much, which actually it might be better, but it cannot climb hills. That's the one downfall of this. None of them can really climb hills, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, you won't have an off-road walker. But yeah, that is the lifting walker. The only flaws are it's a bit weak sometimes, and it's the slowest in theory of the designs, but it's actually the most reliable. Okay, now to the final one you've probably all been waiting for. The walking robot. But the one thing I may say about this is, I can say without a shred of doubt, it is the worst robot of all of them. The worst. Absolute worst. Oh, and I forgot to keep the adjustments that I made earlier, but yeah. It looks good, but it's just not. It's the most difficult to operate, and I mean, sure, it can pick itself up, but that's not amazing, considering the other ones never fall down, whereas this one has such a high tendency to just fall over. Oh god, I really hate this one. Spread your arms out, buddy. Yeah, it can pick itself up, and then it has the wheels actually, which allow it to sort of drive around, but it's just not good. I mean, I don't mean to be rude to the guy who made it, because I'm gonna include the link to his video, but he said it is kind of difficult to control. It's only really aesthetic. It doesn't work very well, and I mean, once you've fallen over, you can in theory get up like that, but then it just walks so badly. And it's the most difficult to control and the most complex to make by far, because as you can see, there's all these working parts, pistons, turning blocks. My favorite turning blocks. Da 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 da. Okay, back to the video. Sorry, but yeah, he's just not good at walking ever. I mean, I know I messed him up there, but he's just kind of the worst. Because he breaks. He doesn't actually break. He falls over. That's his fault. And I know you're gonna say, okay, that's obvious. He's gonna fall over, but he can't get up. It's so difficult to get him up. Maybe I'm just bad. I mean, tell me what you think. If I had to say a favorite, it would be the piston robots. Because I mean, the dog is just so cute. He's just so cute. Look at him. Boing boing boing. Leapfrogging it. Yeah, so he's my favorite, but tell me, comment which one you think is your favorite. Tell me what you want me to build next, because I think I'm going to bring out a few more videos, like I'm going to bring out a how to make a simple catapult video, and I made a hovercraft as well. So if you want to see those, like and comment this video. Subscribe, please.